प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरम्
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, sir. Shri PREMA SAMPUTA.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhaktari Bhakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Prabhupada Manishi Bhakti Bhakti Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhaktari Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Nirvisesa Sunyavadi I say Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shriva Shari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna. Om Gyati Mirandasya Gyana Gyana Salakaya Chakramam Bhakta Gora Vrishabham Tate Pranamam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashari Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Thank you so much. Senior devotees gathered over here, my god-sisters, senior wonderful association, opportunity being given to me once again to remind myself, why am I in this wonderful organization named ISKCON? So we're looking from our verse today from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, 13, 2. Yavata kritavan prashnam shakta kausara vagrata taika bhakti govinde devyas choraramam aham. Yatavan, all that kritavan did he put prasan question. Shakta, the name of Vidura. Arava, the name of Matriya. Angrata, in the presence of Jata, having grown up. Eka, one. Bhakti, transcendental love and service. Govinda, unto Lord Krishna. Tevya, regarding further questions. And Upararam, retired from. In the past. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace X. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. After asking various questions and becoming established in transcendental love and service of Lord Krishna, Vidura retired from putting questions to Matriya Muni. Vidura, purport, retired from putting questions before Matriya Muni when he was convinced by Matriya Rishi that Sumum Bunum, the Sumum Bunum of life is to be finally situated in the transcendental love and service of Lord Shri Krishna, who is Govinda, or one who satisfied his devotees in all respect. The conditioned soul the living being in material existence seek happiness by employing his senses in the mode of materialism. But that cannot give him satisfaction. He then searches after the supreme truth by the empiric philosophical speculative method and intellectual fit. But if he does not find the ultimate goal, he again goes down to the material activities and engages himself in various philanthropic and altruistic work, which all fails to give him satisfaction. So neither fruitive activities nor dry philosophical speculation can give one satisfaction, because by nature, the living being is eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna. And all the Vedic literature gives him direction towards the ultimate end. The Bhagavad Gita 15:15 confirms this statement. Like Vidura, an inquisitive conditioned soul must approach a bona fide spiritual master, like Maitreya, and by intelligence inquire, must try to know everything about karma, fruitive activity, jnana, philosophical research for the supreme truth, and yoga, linking the process of spiritual realization. One who is not seriously inclined to put questions before a spiritual master need not accommodate a show-bottle spiritual master. Nor should a person who may be a spiritual master for others supposed to be so if he is unable to engage his disciple ultimately in the transcendental love and service of Lord Shri Krishna. Vidura was successful in approaching such a spiritual master like Maitreya, and he's not and he got the ultimate goal of life, bhakti unto Govinda. Thus, there was nothing to be known further about spiritual progress. Now, Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prabhupada Shri Bhakti Cheta Swami Namini Maste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Mani Shi Goraka Shakti Bhakti Cheta Swami. So, once again, my humble obeisance to all the senior Vaishnavis, available here. I really appreciate the honor. Oh, His Grace Sriman Vaharacharya, a mentor, is here. Please, my humble obeisance. This very broad topic has to deal with all our seniors, our senior devotees, that we learn from them, because it talks very deep about knowledge, acquiring knowledge. And here lies the case. I have wonderful senior God brothers available. I beg your permission to say. You see, from this verse, it's so beautiful. I don't know where to start and where to end, but we try our best. When you look at Parishit Maharaj, when he got a message, you have some few days to leave this planet. He was so inquisitive to get knowledge. The same thing Sanatana Goswami was asking very beautiful question. Mahaprabhu, when Srila Prabhupada went to the West, those devotees, disciples who were really hungry and they were thirsty for the food of bhakti, they managed to find Srila Prabhupada. What does this mean? When the student is ready the master will be there. For example, when someone offer a food to you, a prashadam, and you're not hungry. It's prashadam, but you're not hungry. You start to make for offense within the food. Who cooked this food? Why is there so much oil in this food? Krishna don't like this food. It's because we are not hungry. We are not hungry yet. But when we are hungry and immediately we see this food, Mahaprashadam, we rush for that. So when we are really hungry to meet a spiritual master, the spiritual master appeared. We saw a wonderful example in West Africa. All glories to all those senior devotees who sacrificed, that we, the second generation, today we have something to fall upon. May Guru Dev's mercy always be upon you all. Even the spiritual masters, when they come, after we are ready, they even go through scouting for the jivas who are ready, wanting to take prashadam of the holy name. Disciples who are eager to hear. And the same program which is happening between Matriya. They want knowledge. Knowledge. They're tired of everything. We go back to the material world, struggling within our own intelligence, try to put things in order so that we can be happy. But yet, the happiness that we desire, it never comes. And that is what the main reason why when Srila Prabhupada went to the West, you know, in the Western world, it's like the highest peak of enjoyment. A clinical example for devotees, you know, people living in the US, they can speak much better from that perspective, because that's where everything started from. You know, the level of enjoyment is at peak. So they've enjoyed and enjoyed and enjoyed to the level that they're still looking for something more. The soul is not happy. And when Srila Prabhupada brought pure love, and they were ready, and those who sincerely approached Srila Prabhupada, they took. So one day, His Holiness Srila Prabhupada, God brother, he said, you devotees of his country under Srila Prabhupada, you have two mercies, the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and the mercy of the movement. And now what happened? The spiritual master has come. But the question is that, are we sincere enough to receive the mercy of the spiritual master? It's natural that, you know, jivas here in this modern world, well, I'm prepared, I'm well prepared, I'm well prepared to receive Sri Guru. But when Sri Guru start to instruct, then we dive very deep into ourselves and realize, no, I wasn't ready. Because what? Humility is not there to learn. Imagine all this beautiful question material was putting across. Now, what happened? It goes with humility. Guru-disciple relationship. I think a previously opportunity that I got, I did talk about something like that. Guru-disciple relationship, because this subject matter it is the 100% of our progress in the process of bhakti. There are rules and regulations, which are some are rituals or rituals in the system that help us or shape us in our process of bhakti. But on that path of bhakti comes with so many things. And one is what? Humility. And this bridge a serious relationship between you and the spiritual master. When there is no humility, what happened? We cannot hear. Even in any little thing that happens, we cannot relate with one another in a very loving and sweet way. That's why we were fortunate to have a wonderful acharya in the West African planet, Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, who came to share pure love and nectar to us. And this is what we should be really proud of. Humility goes to one hand. Humility at the same time, bold. Sometimes you see a devotee, okay, I'm so humble to the extent that I cannot do seva. Come on. You see Prahlad Maharaj, he was doing wonderful seva. Krishna Das Kaviraj, when he was questioned to go to Vrindavan, he never objected. So humility is something that in the life of a devotee, you have to be humble, submissive to hear, but you have to be bold. You know, these two words, it doesn't rhyme together. Because boldness comes with ego. I am the doer. Prabhu, please, you cannot talk to me like that. Because many times we lose the deeper meaning of the word Prabhu. Prabhu means master. Senior devotee, in case I'm wrong, please feel free to correct. Prabhu means what? Master. But we can look at senior devotee, Prabhu. You are not correct. You're insulting your master. So, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj once explained about humility and boldness. You are very humble, but when there is a truth, you speak the truth, all humility. How do you go about it? A clinical example. Let's say, for example, you have a misunderstanding with a senior god brother. You don't, in the African tradition, you don't grace, you don't talk anyhow about your senior in public, even if he or she is wrong. But you can find another senior devotee who is on the same level with him or age mate, that devotee really appreciate and respect so much, to lead you to that person, because there should be loving reciprocation. There you go. Okay. Dear Prabhu Sahadi, I know you are very wonderful devotee. You are so wonderful in this category. You are so wonderful in this place. You are so wonderful. You are a mentor. I really admire this thing. But this that you did, with all due respect, when you approach You are speaking with boldness at the same time, what? Coupled with what? Humility. You are massaging the words. Your senior God brother will not take offense because he could feel it sincerely that this guy, he admired. He knows some of the wonderful qualities about me, and he's pointing something that I did wrong in a very beautiful way. Another humility issue is that the fact that the word humility, Prabhu, I'm so humble that I cannot do this service. Come on, that is not humility, that is whimsical. You see so many wonderful acharyas with the level. See, Lanitananda, he tried to represent his guru, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're dealing with Jaga and Mada. We'll get to that. Humility, that doesn't mean that we cannot do a savor. Prabhu, I'm so humble that I don't want to go to the altar to help because I'll commit offense. Prabhu, this is not humility. This is something else. Because we see so many times, Srila Prabhupada was even cooking for his devotees. You see so many times when you go to Navadi Parikram, you see so many times senior, God brothers, you see gurus, Prabhupada disciples serving the young ones. So there's no question whereby I'm so humble that I cannot help. I'm so humble that I don't want to, you see something going on wrong, then you don't want to talk about it. I think there is a story whereby, I don't know whether Krishna Das Kaviraj explained that when we see something going on and we don't talk about it, we become a cricket or something. Maybe God brothers, if you can remind me or something like that. There is a narration like that. We got to be bold, at the same time, very humble. Now, this humility in the heart awakens that deep relationship with Sri Guru. Now, what happened? When the heart is filled with humility, sincere humility, this is something Gurudev told me, and something that I practice, and it works for me. Personal instruction they gave me. You know, when we wake up from bed, the first thing, thank you, Gurudev. Thank you for my life. This mantra is so powerful, it's enough. Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you for my life. This bridge a serious connection between you and the spiritual master. It's like a man and a woman, when they are together or when he or she is far away, sending a text messages that, how are you? How is everything? It creates some relationship. But when this is not there, then what happened? Question may arise, why is it that at times we lose interest in the faith of Sri Guru? Because there is no relationship. Because there is no relationship, full of offenses. Now, I will set myself as an example. I happen to be a disciple of a wonderful guru, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. I love Gurudev with so much. His kirtan, I tried to emulate it. But one day, this rigged it. I was reading so many stories. I thought I was so intelligent, reading, making research. Then people forwarding so many nonsense about my Guru Maharaj. And I got a time for more than 1 or 2 months, I could not chant on them. I was so frustrated. Not chant. I lose faith in Guru Dev, but I still feel the Kirtan vibe, but the faith was gone. So I keep, crying within, trying all my best. Then I approach a senior God brother. He said, this is nonsense. Write a letter. Write a letter to Sri Guru. Put it in front of the deity of your Guru Dev and beg him. You will get the empowerment to be able to chant. So this is one clinical example why it comes to a time that we lose interest in Sri Guru and communication, because it's very important that guru-disciple relationship, and as a disciple, once in a while, we should write a letter to Sri Guru. You write a letter to Sri Guru. Personally, I don't believe that a secretary should reply my messages that I sent to Guru. No, I did not take initiation from the secretary, only the Guru. So when we are going through some inner worry, inner difficulties, inner problems, and we write a letter once in a month, twice in a month to the Sri Guru, because it's the duty of the Guru to be there for us. We write a letter to Sri Guru, our weaknesses, our problems. He understands. Relationship. We're creating relationship. We're creating very deep relationship. And when this relationship is established, and it's really beautiful, our bhajan becomes so sweet. But when there is no relationship, then the path of bhakti becomes really difficult. Previously, I said that I was giving my own understanding definition of ISKCON. ISKCON. Is your Krishna consciousness on, or is your Krishna consciousness off? When the Krishna consciousness is on, the gap, the relationship between the disciple and the spiritual master is very deep. Let people from outside speak of your weaknesses or anything, but your relationship that you have, you bonded with Sri Guru, nobody can take that away from you. And this is what will carry us forward. When the relationship is sincere, no matter whatever the obstacle, the difficulties, will still remain in the boat of the nectar of Sri Guru. There may be so many challenges. A clinical example, let's say Putana. Oh yeah. She appeared as a beautiful goddess. Huh? A beautiful goddess. Then what happened? All of a sudden, boom, she showed up a real self. These are some of the problems, sometimes devotees, we come very humbly. We come very humbly in devotional practice, then later on we become very stubborn. you don't want to, disassociate yourself from people. That is why it's very important that our sincere relationship with Sri Guru, that is in a private issue, should be really very deep. Writing a letter to Sri Guru on his birthday, a letter to Sri Guru on Ashtami, Purnima, Ekadashi, just write a letter. And when we write a letter to Sri Guru, they will answer. Sometimes we'll fall asleep and we'll get an answer in the dream. Sometimes through God brothers or God sisters. And when things are becoming so tough, then what happened? Pray. And when we pray, say in our tradition, they say, prayer is the king, prayer is the king, prayer is the man, something like that, Pray. Pray with feelings, when we pray with feelings, to chant the Nam, to attract the Nami, chanting the Nam to attract the Nami. For example, I witnessed His Grace, Sriman Bahara Chaya, speaking. Oof. And he managed to make everybody there understand and love it, fall in love with devotees. They took up, some people, some of the Gurudev disciples, they have this command to make people devotees, Sahadev with his wonderful kids, and on and on and on and on. And my God brother, Kavi Kanapura, we enjoy Kirtan together. And on and on and on and on and on and on. High Chakra Prabhu Axwell is with the relationship with Guru disciple. What is the mood? Do you want to accept a Guru as someone as a spiritual master, but you don't understand the mood of the spiritual master? Then how will you be able to serve the Guru properly? Getting to have that idea about the mood. It's just like, you fall in relationship with a lady. What are the things that the lady likes? What are the likes and dislikes of the spiritual master? That comes when we ask questions, listening from the spiritual master in conversations, his lectures that he gives. Ask question, just like the purpose of material to question. Ask question to the spiritual master. Very intelligent question, not so many personal problems. The temporal problem, that temporal problem, that temporal problem. These are not his duty. These are local managerial problems. If the Guru is so merciful to enter into that level, then we are fortunate. But when Guru comes around, we should ask sincere question from the heart. So then what happened? How then do we intensify our relationship with Sri Guru? You see, while the spiritual master is still living, it's very important for us to have some savor. When the spiritual master, visit any of our zone, take the opportunity, invite the spiritual master to the house. Listen. We hear. Ask question from the spiritual master. While the person is physically present, it's very important to ask question. And for us that Sri Guru is not physically present, we can still write a letter and He has so many wonderful messages, loving messages in his lectures. We all know Gurudev for his wonderful, intense, loving messages. So Guru-disciple relationship is so deep that if we want to talk about it, it can take us so many hours with senior devotees bringing so many ideas. But the key point is that when we wake up from bed, the first thing, thank you, Gurudev. I'm grateful for my life. Samputa. Hey, Krishna language. Just that. Thank you, Gurudev, for my life. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. I'm grateful. You know, what happened is that our bhajan will be sweet. Our bhajan will be sweet. We can still be in the movement and not enjoy the nectar within bhakti. But when the relationship is very deep, what happened? No matter whatever the waves, we manage to enjoy the beautiful Ras Leela of holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. No matter what the difficulty is going higher and higher and higher, you know, when the relationship is really deep, now what happens is that just keep chanting, let's keep chanting, let's keep chanting, and we will get there. We will get there. If you're not able to get there, we'll still get somewhere to continue the Nam Seva. On that note, Vanchakava Tarubhyaksha Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha, Patita Nam Pavanebhyo, Ashna Vibhyo Namo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prema Samputa Prabhu Ki Jai. Thank you very much for the class. I really liked your emphasis on guru-disciple relationship, which to me also is like the most important thing in devotional life. So thank you. Devotees, if anyone has a question, please, you indicate that by using the hand emoji, and then you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question.
Please feel free to add. His Grace Srima Bahara Prabhu, Praharachaya, Yadunat, Kavikanapura, all the senior Loka, you know, right? So please feel free to add.
Shri Prema, I have a question from the purport, Sri Prabhupada's purport.
Okay.
Says the second paragraph. Sri Prabhupada says here, like a Vidura, an inquisitive conditioned soul must approach a bona fide spiritual master like Maitreya, and by intelligent inquiries must try to know everything about karma, jnana, yoga. But my question is, if one is inquisitive and approaches a bona fide spiritual master like Maitreya and asks these questions, then he will have satisfactory answers. So what do we do when one is not inquisitive? What do we do with such people? Those who are not inquisitive, they do not want to inquire to know about what is karma, what is God, why we are here, all these basic questions.
Thanks so much for that intelligent question. You know, we have two categories of people in devotional sense, from my understanding. We have people like Putana. They are not here for bhakti yoga. Not at all. They are not here for bhakti yoga. And in all organizations, you see that over there. They are here for their own enjoyment. Enjoyment in the sense that they are here to perform their own leelas. But when one is really sincere from the beginning, like I said, is really hungry for the food, they will approach the spiritual master with all those intellectual questions about spiritual life, their relationship, how could they intensify their relationship with the Supreme. Because we are pure, but coming in contact with this earthly platform, there's so many layers of material, dealings that have contaminated our mind. But those sincere ones that are really hungry, they're really hungry and thirsty for food. When Sri Guru is around, you ask very what? Intellectual question. Question that you could feel that, this question is coming deep down from the heart. The person is asking the question about himself. Okay, why this? How do I approach a spiritual master? Okay, you're a spiritual master. No, how can I serve you? How can I, bring an impact in the life of other people? As a disciple, okay, how can I represent you as Sri Guru? So when people are really sincere and they want, development on the path of bhakti, they ask this caliber of, question that you asked. How to progress. But when we have the Putana lives, these guys, they have their own idea why they come to organize it, because they feel that this movement is so huge and wonderful, powerful. Maybe, okay, I want to travel to Europe, just like me. So, okay, I will get opportunity to travel to Europe because ISKCON is huge. Please come on. When you are destined to travel, you travel. Because, in the early days, I see how wonderful you are all been serving, traveling, going to Sankirtan, to put the structure down, going to the farm, we struggle in the farm, farming. We never thought some people would travel and whoever. It just came. But so we have people that, they have this, the Putana music. They don't want to progress. They don't want you to progress. And they will not ask any wonderful question about that. On that note, this is the little that I can say about it.
Well, thank you so much for the response. Well, I hope we don't come across many of the Putanis.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Sri Kavi, please unmute and go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. I want to ask question. I want to ask PREMA SAMPUTA Prabhu about the Putana mentality.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Because what happened is that just like he rightly said, there are people like with Putana mentality, because whatever we read in Krishna book, is actually everything in the material world here, and it's happening now even around us also in devotional service. Like if we read all the interpretation in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's books about the forest fire and all the rest and everything. So PREMA SAMPUTA Prabhu. So we know that Putana came in disguise and wanted to kill Krishna, but he came in a very attractive form. That even all the Brajabasi became very attracted to him. Even instead of them to be stopping now, They were even encouraging her to go closer and closer and closer to Krishna, not knowing our intention. So if we find out that there are devotees like this who are in ISKCON and who have this charisma and very attractive physical or way of speaking or whatever the quality may be external, but it's right inside the intention is to kill Krishna. How can we be able to detect this and pray to Krishna to kill? Because we may not be able to kill that kind of Putana demon. Only Krishna can kill. Because all of us will be so carried away by the external picture of this Putana that we will forget and we will even be encouraging the person. So please throw more light on this.
Thank you so much, Kami. You know, this reminds me of an example His Holiness Govinda Swami Maharaj gave. Not me. Govinda Swami Maharaj, in one of his lectures, that we can't good boys come, and at a point of time we become politicians, you know, to stabilize. Now, this wonderful point that you're talking about, we cannot kill this kind of Putana, you know, mindset. But when our relationship with Shri Guru is deep, sometimes, have anyone experienced earthquake before? I experienced last year 17 times. You see the building shaking like this. You're on the last floor, the building is shaking as if you're dancing Gorange and you're still alive. Now, with this Putana, you know, style, when our relationship comes to that with Shuru is deep, you know, when we wake up, I was told by Guru and I practice, and this really works for me because I'm full of offenses. So thank you, Guru Dev. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my family's life. I'm sincerely grateful that with all these winds of earthquakes, of Putana mindset in the devotional environment, try to, you know, cripple everything, that any wonderful thing that you do, with time, they will go away. And when you see that this Putana mindset, they don't last long. Just like, you know, she was beautifully, you know, disguised. And all, like you said, all the men and the women, they were like, who is this goddess? But with time, you know, the Putana mindset start to, you know, exhibit. Then they just, they cannot last long. That Putana mindset never lasts long. It comes within a short period of time, you know, to shake everyone, but the unsincere heart. And even those with the sincere heart, it will shake them, but what will happen? They are still on the path, because our relationship with Sri Guru is so deep that nobody can take that away from it. So you are being protected by what? Yasha Prashada Bhagava Prashada Yasha Prashada Nagati Kotopi Ayam Tasha Yasha Tashandya Vande Guru That's all. Just that, you know, with the mercy of Sri Guru, all. That is why you managed to do so many wonderful Nam Sankirtan, you know, on dates, you know, the whole, you know, Lagos, and I was spiritually envious of you. So I also tried to embark on that journey, you know, and it was beautiful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Anyone else with anything to say?
Srimad Varaha Prabhu.
Shri Prema,
Haribo.
I I'm happy you opened up and shared a very personal situation to all of us, and I believe we all listened to you keenly and learned something from it. I'm trying to talk about you coming across lots of bombardments from some people about your Gurudev, Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. Fortunately or unfortunately, there are so many of such people everywhere because of internet. And I personally have had to deal with lots of them. But thank Guru and Krishna, I did not lose any faith. There is nothing wrong in losing faith. Actually, one time Gurudev, it's very funny and interesting also, because there was once in Gita Nagari here, Gurudev was having a big festival, and there was like games being played. One of the games is that they write things in the paper, they roll them in small bubbles, and then they throw them all in a basket. You ring your hand in it, and then you grab one. So one I had was, actually somebody had it, and he opened it, the question was too heavy for him, so he handed it over to me. And when I read it, the question was, when did your guru say or did something that made you lose some faith in him? That was so huge. So the devotee couldn't answer that. And I was very naive. He handed me the paper and I had to read and try to answer. So I read it out. So many devotees in the temple room. So many, like maybe 300 or 400 devotees. And I said, that has never, ever happened to me before. And Gurudev stopped me. He says, that cannot be true. Because only pure devotees never, ever lose faith in their guru. So as conditioned souls, it is okay that sometimes due to something somebody said or somebody we heard or whatever, we lose faith. But losing faith is not as important as recognizing that something caused you to lose faith and then you came back. So that is very amazing. But the fact is, these people are always going to be there. Because unfortunately, they cannot preach to anybody outside of ISKCON. Just as when Srila Prabhupada came, there was no Hare Krishna devotee, but he made Hare Krishna devotees out of nowhere, out of nothing. But these people who claim to be so superior, they can't make a single devotee outside of ISKCON. So that's what they do. So don't worry, don't care about
Thanks.
it. And I think the rest of the devotees will also learn from this. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Kazi again.
Prabhu, please, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Prabhu, thank you very much. I just want to make a little contribution also.
Thank you.
Because I like the smiling face of Prema SAMPUTA Prabhu. When you smile, I will start smiling. So like I was listening to one radio program. So the program was more about relationships. So they were talking about husband and wife relationship and everything, and how everything should be mutual and everything. And somebody just commented, one of the people who call him also commented that, oh, this is not African tradition. So the presenter became very angry. He said, this is not African tradition. Why can't you go and continue to stay in the hut in the city? This is not African tradition. Why are you entering the motor car? Why can't you continue to ride on us? Or you look for a bicycle and be riding around the city? It's not African tradition. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing all the new things? in the city nowadays. It's not African. What do you mean by that tradition? So he now made a very salient point about elders.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes if the elders, he say, sometimes we say this is not because of tradition. Even when the elders are wrong, we continue to be keeping quiet, and the same wrong thing will continue, and nothing will happen because we are saying is tradition, and the man who was called, he said this has to be changed. Tradition doesn't mean that we should be stupid and not move according to time, place, and circumstances.
Yeah.
Which is real Srila Prabhupada's way of spreading his movement. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that, like what Sade Prabhu said, that he gave a very good example about Bhajitita Swami Maharaj. Said that sometimes we may lose faith in Guru, but once you know why make you lose faith and you bounce back, it's all right. What I'm trying to say is that, in essence, is that sometimes devotee, they lose faith in the process of devotional service because they cannot comprehend what the so-called guru, you know, what the behavior, the attitude, in terms of spiritual and material. They cannot marry the two. And because of that, you see, they start losing faith. And they will not be able to understand and have the clear philosophical understanding, like what Bhajitita Maharaj told Sade Prabhu. Sometimes the guru is a woman, but because he's representing Krishna, that is why we worship him. Yeah. So that human tendency will always be there. So, and sometimes because of this word of the scripture, we forget that human aspect. We only concentrate on the spiritual, you know, the spiritual aspect of it. And because of that, our wing is clipped and we start losing faith because we don't want to comment on it. And this is going wrong and that is going on. And we don't know where to turn to. Before you know, the person will just disappear. Because he cannot understand, he cannot marry it. Yeah. So this kind of explanation is very important. Thank you very much, Sade Prabhu. So devotees should make to understand that sometimes, you know, the guru, because they are women, they are representing Krishna. Yeah. So there's bound to be mistake, and you know. We should know that this is going to be there, and we should know how to manage this and move on with our spiritual life. But many people, they could not understand this, you know, and it creates so many problems in the movement. And before you know, many people, many wonderful devotees, you know, we lost them, you know, because they cannot marry it. You know, it's not very easy actually.
So much. Thank you. Getting her chakra, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Prema Samputa, do you have something else to comment on?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Okay. Yeah. Then Hare Chakra Prabhu's hand also is up.
We go to Ras Vilas first.
Okay.
Then Ras Vilas, please unmute. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Prema Samputa, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I think this is my first time listening to you. Very nice class. I joined quite late, but I think I took another to read the verse that was being read today. I have two questions. It's one question, but in two folds. I want to know, at what point is a devotee characterized or seem to have lost faith in his guru? At what point are we characterized to have lost faith in our guru? Is it when we stop chanting? Or is it when we are obeying all the four regulative principles or the instruction given to you at the point of taking your diksha? You're obeying these instructions, but probably you have lost contact with the guru, or you don't have that personal relationship with the guru. Is it at that point, are we characterized to have lost interest in our faith in the guru? Or is it when you have desisted from, obeying all the four regulative principles, or you left the movement because you felt probably you saw something more superior or something more transcendental than where you are now? And then I will relate the question to like the scenario I just said, I will relate to the story of Bali Maharaj. When his guru gave him an instruction, 3 steps of land, at that point, how did he know that his guru was advising him wrongly? Or even if he did not take that instruction from his guru as he did, does that mean that he lost faith in his guru? Can you throw some more light on these 2 questions for me? Hare Krishna.
Aribo, thank you so much. If I get your questions clear, at what point that one has lost faith in Sri Guru? Yeah, if you're listening from the beginning of my lecture,
Yes.
I did explain that let's come to the material world. At what point do you lose the one that you love? Unmute and answer me. If you are in a relationship with a girl, and the girl leaves you, what caused her to leave you? Maybe
It can be so many things.
Probably
It can be so many things. It can be money issue. It can be understanding issue. It can be so. It's not a straight answer, Prabhu.
Thank you. And
or case or something like that.
thank you. In that same manner, you know, you accept someone, Sri Guru, based on love and trust. There is a relationship. You've heard several times Sri Guru speak, and you develop a serious attachment for the Guru. You approach Sri Guru picture. But there comes a time whereby so many things start to bother your mind and you don't ask very inquisitive questions. And a clinical example is what I gave about myself, where what happened, we turn up to what? To lose faith in Sri Guru. Or you were in a relationship with Sri Guru, but the relationship is superficial. It's not so deep. It's very shallow. And I think Radha Swami Maharaj gave some very beautiful analogy, a very beautiful story, where he was sitting at the bank of the Ganges. And he, you know, it was summer, it was so hot, and he wanted to swim. But by then he was sitting down very close to the river, you know, the Ganges River flowing, and he was seeing the fish swimming, jumping, jumping, going down, jumping on the surface of the river Ganges. And what happened? From nowhere, within a twinkle of an eye, the hawk faith, a huge hawk, grabbed. When the fish jumped out, the hawk what? Grabbed the fish, and he could see the eye because it was the incident happened so close. He could see the frustration and the fear and anxiety in the eyes of the fish, claws of the hawk, eyeing away. Many a times we end up losing faith in the spiritual master, you know, disassociating ourselves from the spiritual master because our relationship with Sri Guru was really shallow. But if, for example, the fish was swimming very deep in the river, the hawk would not have got the opportunity to what? To grab the fish. In that same way, if our relationship with Sri Guru is really intensified, no matter what the paternal mindset comes on our way, we will never have a distance with Sri Guru. It doesn't matter when they say have a relationship with Sri Guru, means you are traveling with Guru here, you are traveling with Guru there, you are traveling with Guru everywhere. Serving the spiritual master when he's not even around is really deep. Because of the bond and the deep relationship between you and Sri Guru, that thing is that is the basis. Thank you, Gurudev. I'm grateful for accepting me as a disciple. Thank you, Gurudev, for my life. Everything will flow naturally. And what happened? No matter how you, with all the ups and downs, you still bounce back. But some people, like Kavi Karapula said in his explanation, some people, because the relationship is superficial, it's not deep, they go and never comes back again. That is not you and I problem. You and I problem is that we should focus on how to daily by day intensify our relationship so that we don't go away from Sri Guru. Because when we go far away from Sri Guru deeply, I'm not talking from the material perspective, our bhajan, because when you chanting, for example, see, one I saw His Holiness, but the other one, I'm sorry, because I was doing some savers, so I saw so many things, when you chanting, the first shrine, you can dedicate it to the lotus feet of Sri Guru, like as I'm a massage therapist, so I do it that way, as if you're massaging the lotus feet of Sri Guru, you are creating some relationship, so there should be some relationship. You understand? Ras Vilas Prabhu. So always try to intensify always try to intensify the relationship. So that even the idea of when are we seen as, we have disassociated ourselves from Sri Guru will not even come in. When the relationship is always deep. Always ask yourself, maybe the first month, what is my relationship? It's like business, you're keeping record. You're keeping personal record, for the past 1 year, how is my bhajan? For the past 2 years, how is my bhajan? Am I progressing or am I coming down? When I say am I progressing, that doesn't mean am I getting temple presidentship? Am I getting commander? No. What is the nectar when we chant the holy name? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. There is a second question.
Can I connect my laptop, the charger? Otherwise, to go off in a minute.
All right, please do. Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Dhira, dhira, janapriya,
Sri Chaitanya Kripa Bharau Bhuvi Bhuva Mara Manta Rakau Bande Rupa Chanatana Yakudiga
Yeah, we can hear you, Prabhu. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hare Prabhu. Shaka Prabhu, your sound is up.
All right, Prabhuji, you may unmute and ask your question. Shri Hari.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can
hear you.
Yes, we
Okay,
can hear you
yeah.
clearly, Prabhu.
Yeah, PREMA SAMPUTA, thank you very much for your class.
Thank you, thank you, Sri Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Nice to hear you.
Thank you very much. What I have to say is a little bit information that I want to give to what Kavi was saying about how sometimes we lose faith in Guru.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, many a time I remember. I'll give 2 examples.
Okay.
In 1987,
Yeah.
the temple that we were, there was a problem with the temple
Okay.
president and some devotees. And
Yeah.
so the issue came in front of the guru, but Maharaj.
Yeah.
And whilst everybody was giving his version of the story,
Yeah.
and Guru Maharaj started chastising that particular president.
Okay.
And the president retorted that, but the guru is supposed to know everything, past, present, and future. So
Yeah.
why are we even going through all this process? The guru should know the truth and put the things in the right position. He's supposed to know everything. And immediately, Srila Krishna Prabhupada, his mood, everything changed.
Okay.
And he looked at that devotee and he says, that is not true. You are very stupid. Krishna doesn't reveal your nonsense to the guru.
That is it.
You think Krishna doesn't have any business doing that? He goes around revealing your stupid things to the guru? No, Krishna reveals what he thinks, Krishna thinks is important for his pure devotee to know.
Yes.
That will help the disciples and the pure devotee himself. Krishna
That
doesn't reveal just any stupid things. So whatever we do, we as disciples, if we misinform the guru, then the suffering will come back to us.
Yeah.
And so that's why there should be a relationship between the disciples and the guru.
Yeah.
And that relationship should be a relationship of trust.
Yeah.
So in this way, we the disciples, we give the right information to the guru.
Yeah.
And because of the right information we have given to the guru, if the guru gives any instructions based on the right information, then we make progress in our spiritual path. But if we lie, if we tell lies to the guru, and based on the lies that we have told the guru instructs us based on those lies, the reaction bounces back to us. We will suffer anyway. And that is what has been happening in our region, especially in the West African region. Because many a time we misinform the guru.
Yeah.
We tell so much lies to the guru. And because we tell so much lies to the guru gives the particular instruction or particular directions based on that lies that we have supplied him.
Yeah.
And because of that, we never make any progress.
Yeah.
But you go to, it's not that, look, many a time devotees, we are not, all of us, we are beginners, we are not pure. But as long as we tell the truth to the guru, and the guru gives us directions based on the truth, the truthful information we have given him, we will definitely make progress in our spiritual life. There's nothing that can deter us. We will make progress. But if we do otherwise, which is the disease that we have in our sub-region, that is why we are always going backwards instead of going forward. We are not even standing still. We are deteriorating instead of making progress. Because since time immemorial, we keep misinforming our leaders, we keep misinforming our gurus, telling them lies. This devotee has done this. Even that devotee is making any little effort, instead of telling the guru about the little good effort the devotee is making, for the guru to bless that devotee and then give the required instructions that will make be beneficial to all of us. No, we will find a way to what? Distort the information. And that is what is killing us.
Yeah.
So far as we know that the guru is the representative of Krishna. And so far as we are concerned, we know, so being the representative of Krishna, we just accept that the guru is perfect. We accept that is the position of the disciple. We accept that the guru is perfect, and that all the instructions he's giving us is also perfect and complete. But we should also be good disciples to be ready to give the right information to the guru. Let's tell our gurus the truth. Give them the right information and stop being like politicians, negative politicians. That we try to pull people down, and based on that, we supply wrong information to our gurus. That is what is killing our system, in especially, like the whole of West, not only West Africa, and internationally, is killing us everywhere because of this information. A lot of people give misinformation to the gurus.
Thank you so
and
much.
if we give misinformation to the guru and the guru acts, of course, it makes some people lose faith, because some disciples, we are all not on the same level. Somebody will be thinking, there's one friend of mine, I don't want to mention his name. He's a very staunch devotee. But when he joined this movement, the very first time he heard that a guru has fallen, he almost left the movement. He couldn't believe it. He was saying, what? How can a guru fall down? You see, this devotee was so absorbed. He was thinking that once somebody is a guru, you are a guru. There will never be any fall down. And the very day he heard that a guru has fallen down, he almost left the movement. But with the proper association, when he got the right people to explain the things to him by telling him the truth, that devotee's faith was rekindled. And now he's one of our best devotees in our movement, as we speak now. So please, we as devotees, we should know, despite that there should be what we say bona fide gurus, there must as well be bona fide disciples. Otherwise, the system will never work. And we don't have bona fide disciples. That is our problem, because we are always lying. We want to lie and lie and lie. Why? What is killing us? Please, we are suffering because we tell too much lies. I'm sorry to be a little bit emotional. I'm sorry.
Well,
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
Emotional. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, emotion is part of spirituality.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Hare Chakra, for sharing.
Yeah. Prema, do you have anything else to say on top to that?
Well, he has said everything. Yeah, he has said everything.
Well,
Yes,
taking cues from what Hare Chakra just said, I pray we don't ever get ourselves in trouble where we will need a lawyer.
Yeah.
But if you have a case and you need a lawyer, you have to tell the lawyer the truth.
Yes.
Because if you don't tell the lawyer the truth, then the lawyer will not be able to defend you properly.
That is it.
The guru is our lawyer. We have to tell him the truth, and then with his experience and the love and power, he can fully help us. So thank you, Shri Hare Chakra Prabhu. Kavi, please, you may go.
Yes, just to buttress Hare Chakra Prabhu's point. Yeah, that is true. Prabhu just hit the nail on the head, you know. That has been our major problem in West Africa. That has been our major problem in West Africa. And because I was very close to my Guru Maharaj when I was serving in the temple, so I know all these things. And Guru Maharaj used to confide in me, also tell me everything. You know, since when he started coming to Nigeria, West Africa, his relationship with devotees, how devotees tell him lies against each other to get his favor and dislike the other person. Then later you find out that the other person also is like this and this one is like that. You know, they will just eat each other's head. They will just take the guru to eat each other's head, you know, like the guru will start looking, okay, this devotee is like this, is bad. And, you know, and that is just the truth. I remember one time I was with my Guru Maharaj in Mayapur. He was crying. He said he doesn't want to go back to West Africa. He said, why devotees are like that? You know? He said, what is he getting from coming there, you know? And it happened at that period, All the devotees gather together, they say they don't want him. They don't know that himself doesn't want to go there again. You know, we just tell all big lies against each other and eat each other's head. And we might say this devotee is like this just because he's on your, the devotee is doing something, you want to remove him on the way, and you go and tell the guru is like this, and the other one will go to tell the guru is like this, and the guru has to take his side, start watching the both of you. Why we create all those things? So Prabhu just he just eat the nail on the head, you know. That is our major problem, and that is the offenses that has dragged us to this level we are in today.
Yeah.
Harishakra just nail it on the head. Now, is the problem?
Yeah.
Somebody want to get favor from the guru, he go and tell lies.
Yes.
The other person will go back again and counter talk, and the guru doesn't know who to believe and who to follow. And we now. I remember when Bhagavatam Swami Maharaj came last, he was crying on the Vyasasam. He was crying. Why the gurus has to come to our country and cry? And we are looking for other GBC to come and help us. Who will come to this? I was just laughing when there was some devotees say they want this guru to come. Who will come and who will come to such yatra to come and cry? No. We forget it.
All right, thank you so much, Sheikh Abhikanapur Prabhu. So, Ras Vilas Prabhu, I don't know if you have a different question, but what's the name? PREMA SAMPUTA, there was one question you did not, I believe, touch on from Ras Vilas. Because he asked two questions.
Okay.
He answered one. The other question was how Bali Maharaj disobeyed the orders of his guru. So is that also considered like a loss of faith? Yeah, Hare Krishna, you may go ahead, Ras Vilas.
Okay, so I just
The network is not strong.
Yeah,
Strong.
you may close your video. You may stop the video and then just speak. That might help.
Where have you been? Good. Where have you been? I haven't seen you for a long time.
But twice in Jewish community answered, but how it was answered. The first time hearing about the story of Bali Maharaj, that question.
Oh, okay. So I think it's kind of choppy, but it's the same thing. PREMA SAMPUTA. His question was, Bali Maharaj was instructed by his guru not to give.
And the guru made mistake. Probably we can consider machines. But I was also asking the guru for me. I didn't mean anything. Come again. Sahade Prabhu, you said something.
No, I was just repeating your question to PREMA SAMPUTA so he may answer your question.
Oh, okay. So, and then as Hari Chakra Prabhu said, we give the guru wrong information when the visit us or when we go to them. Is it by our actions or when we go there to speak to them verbally? Probably I don't tell my sister house because my guru is not here to check me. But when my guru calls and asks me, Pastor Vilas Prabhu, have you been chanting your rounds? I say, yes, Maharaj, I've been chanting. I even chanted 2 rounds a day. Meanwhile, maybe 1 hour I don't even chant up to my 60 rounds.
Yeah.
So. Is it through those actions or when we somebody or a devotee or maybe something?
Well, a lie is a lie, but I'll let PREMA SAMPUTA take that. PREMA SAMPUTA, I mean, his statement was a bit choppy, but what he was asking first was Bali Maharaj being told by his guru not to give the steps of land to steps of land requested by Lord Krishna, Vamanadev, but he disobeyed that and then
encouraged by the guru. So I thank Hari Chakra.
And then again, from Hari Chakra Prabhu's question, he is asking if one also says to the guru, if the guru asks one, hey, did you chant your 16 rounds today? And then you say to the guru, yes, when you know that you did not complete your rounds, could that also be considered lies? So that's his question.
Yeah, thank you so much. There was a lot of breakages in his.
Yeah, there was.
So it was so much noise to me. Yeah, thank you so much. a bona fide spiritual master and a bona fide disciple. The case of Bali Maharaj, if I understand 100% perfectly clear, the case of Bali Maharaj is an incident which is supposed to happen for us to learn some tattva out of that. Now, the question now is, Bali refused and still went ahead to give the land to the Lord, because within the heart, he knows who they are giving the land to. And there are so many reasons why the Lord has to appear for a specific reason. So my understanding from that side, and hearing some lecture, Bali has to disrespect the order of the spiritual master and still go ahead to give what is right. Give the respectful, what is due to the rightful person. He knew deep from the heart who they are giving the steps of land to, because they are just like an instrument playing the role, the Lord's pastime. The Lord, he comes, when he's coming to perform his pastime, he doesn't just come to perform the pastime with just anybody. He personally select people. Let's come back to our material level. By the mercy of Guru Krishna, they bring so many wonderful devotees, disciples. You have yourself, Kavi Kanapura was pioneering a lot of Harinam in Lagos and other places. We have, Harichakra Prabhu did so many wonderful seva. We have, Yadnath and co. We have Srimad Bharacharya, who were doing so many wonderful preaching, So what I'm trying to say is that when the Lord is coming to perform some lila, they select some people to be an instrument in that performance. And all of them are 100% aware of what is supposed to happen. So that place, you could see that he refused and still went ahead to give the steps of land, because, come on, Brahmana, you have to give charity. A tiny little boy has come to you asking for a tiny bit of steps. What am I going to lose? There's nothing to lose. But deep down, there's a soul connection. There's a deeper level of connection beyond human understanding. Going above the scriptures, there's a deeper level. Knowing very well that, no, this is my Lord. This is the Supreme Lord. So this we need to know. And sir, could you repeat the last question again?
Well, his last question was like, we know that when I go and say false things about you to the Guru, is bad. What about if the Guru asked me, Sahadev, did you complete your 16 rounds today? And I say, yes, Maharaj. When I know that I have only chanted maybe one round, or I haven't even chanted at all.
Okay. Yeah, that is not so sweet. That means there's no relationship. If you hear very carefully, there's no relationship between you and the Guru. Because if you have some weaknesses, if you have weaknesses in life, you share with your partner. Hey, I have this problem. I have this problem. You share. So if I have a problem, from my practical experience, I write a letter. When Guru around, I tell him, hey, Maharaj, these are my weaknesses. For the past 1 year, I've never chanted the holy name before. Is he going to kill me? No, he cannot kill me. What? What is your problem? Then, when we are open and sincere, then what happened? The Guru helps him. But if Guru comes around and he asks you, how is your bhajan? Then, oh, I'm doing wonderful, Maharaj. I'm chanting 16 rounds. I'm doing this. Meanwhile, you don't do that. Are you deceiving yourself? This is the Putana mindset I was talking about. You know, this is a Putana mindset. You know, they are not in the movement, in the beautiful bhakti process to grow. They don't want to grow. They don't want to go out. They are just stagnant. And this is a movement, the Hare Krishna movement. Anything which is movement, it moves. On the part of the movement, what happens? There will be some changes based on time, places, and circumstances, but the goal is still intact. But these people don't move. They are in a dirty gutter, and they are just stumbling blocks from the progress of other people, not to grow, not to grow. And they will say huge lie. I could feel the deep emotion of my senior godbrother Chakra when he was explaining all this. Because, you know, we grew up in the hood. We grew up in the hood, so we know how the thing were like. We have been a temple president before, and I know how, you know, people say lies because they want to be in the same position I was, and so they have to say a lot of lies. Then when you give them the baton, they cannot do it. So many lies, but all this Putana mindset, all this Putanalistic should not affect our bhajan when we establish a deep relationship with Sri Guru. That is all. I don't know if I touched the question.
Well, thank you so much, Sri PREMA SAMPUTA Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Anyone else with anything else to say? All I can say is that once some senior disciples of His Divine Grace, Sri Prabhupada, asked him, Sri Prabhupada, wow, I thought the devotional service would be so beautiful, but it's so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And so Sri Prabhupada said, did I ever tell you that it's an easy path?
Yeah.
So devotional service is not an easy path.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking about all these problems, but they are bound to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And these should not get us scared in any way or form. No, it's bound to happen. If it does not happen in Hare Krishna, it will happen in Society AB. If it does not happen in Society AB, it will happen in your home. If it does not happen, it will happen anywhere. We just have to learn how to deal with it as they come. So thank you all for being here. And PREMA SAMPUTA, thank you for being here and giving us your association and your realization and the knowledge. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
And all the devotees, thank you for being here. At this point, we're going to ask you all to please unmute, and then we can beg Hare Krishna to express appreciation for Prabhu's presence here.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
All glory to
PREMA SAMPUTA Prabhu ki jai.
all glory to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
PREMA SAMPUTA
Hare
ki
Krishna,
jai.
Madhavraj, Rajtarini, Hare Krishna.
Hare